J-Drone here. What's going on, guys? This is Skyrider's Condor Pro. Look at the size of this. My hand's large. Look at the size of this thing. This is an older drone that I've had. Dude, I paid, I think, like $130, $140 for this big brush drone. For people in the industry, you know, that's a bit too much for a brush drone, but I'm happy with the purchase because I was a newbie. I was a green hornet in the hobby, and that's what I was doing. I was buying retail, and I still have the drone. We're going to see if it'll fly after sitting for probably close to a year plus. So the first thing that you need to do is obviously charge a battery. Once you have the battery charged, I would suggest unplugging all these wires. Two of them are for servo, tilt up and down, and then left and right servo, and then the power to the camera. Unless you're going to be using the camera, no reason to have all that powered. And then your battery connection is behind here, behind the serial number. We're just going to tilt that up, and then you go ahead and turn this on. You get lights underneath, you get lights on top. This is a very light driven drone. Go ahead and listen for your chimes, throttle up and down. Your lights will go steady. If you want to turn your lights off, you can turn them off. I'll turn them back on, just hit that button. Speed is underneath it. Have 3 different speed rates. Starts in the first speed rate. And then let's see, we'll go both sticks down on the left. We'll do a calibration. Down to the right, we'll also do some other type of calibration. Not really sure what that one is for, but look at the dust. This thing's got some dust on it. Let's go. So left stick all the way up and then down, and then the motor should fire all the way up, down, and up. It's up. This thing has sat on my shelf in the drone room for considerable time. So we are in the first pitch rate, first speed rate, which is pretty docile. But this thing is large, so it will pick up a little bit of speed regardless of the speed rate. Such a cool looking drone though. Really cool looking drone. Lights galore. This is a good night flyer. Trying to get it in for the camera. Get it in for the camera. Yep. Okay. So what we'll do now is we'll increase the pitch rate, the speed rate. Again, if you shut off your lights, you're going to press up on this. If you want to adjust your speed, you're going to press down on this. Now we're in the second speed rate. Has a little bit more pep to it. A little bit more pep. Large brushed motors, guys. You're not going to lose this in the sky. I mean, maybe you will if you lose orientation, but as far as going up, it's going to take a while for this thing to get small up there. This is an altitude hold drone as well. I have deviated the Skyrider's Falcon on the jumper. I never tried this one. I think I'm going to go ahead and try this one when I get it back inside. Put a little charge on the battery to mess around with it on the jumper and see if I can get this deviated. Go ahead and bring it back. We're going to go ahead and put it in third speed setting. This thing has flips. I don't think I've ever flipped this. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Maybe you got to hold it. Oh my gosh. That's scary. Large drone like this. It does it pretty well though. Like I've seen smaller drones have a worse flipping action. It's actually pretty clean. But anyway, let's go ahead and drop this in the third speed rate. And then we're going to do like a little dog run down the field. So we're not getting bugs 3 fast, but we've picked up considerably. Our yaw rate is pretty docile still. Again, this has that camera underneath it that without this drone being GPS, it'd be hard to operate all the servos as far as like tilting left, tilting right. Don't hit the tree. Nope, we're going to hit the tree. Nope, back. Oh, almost hit the tree. So in tight quarters, you're going to want to be careful with this just because it's not going to stop and turn on a dime. It's not going to pitch heavy on a dime. It's going to take a little bit. It's going to take a little bit. I'm actually pretty thrilled this thing's still flying. So again, this is kind of what I do, guys. I do a lot of new review stuff. I do a lot of new drones. I do a lot of modding and whatnot. But this is what I absolutely love to do, is come back to the drones that we had out probably, what, 3 years ago, and show you, even if they're shelved, they're still gonna fly well. I didn't do anything to this battery. I didn't put it in, I didn't put this battery in storage mode or anything. My storage mode is generally like once the LVCs come on this, we're gonna drop it because I'm not sure when I'm going to go ahead and fly it again. And that's a safe state to store your LiPo batteries. And clearly, this has proven that because, again, I mean, we could go back and look at the last time I flew this from the last video that I did on this, because that would have been the last time I flew this, and the batteries just sat in LVC state. Whatever those lights start blinking is what it's been sitting at. Come on in for the picture. Or just sit there. Yeah, just sit there. There we go. I'm almost afraid to headhunt myself with this. Tempted to. Not that I think the brushed motors would do too much damage. They'd probably open me up a little. Nothing crazy though. It's just the sheer size of this. I also don't want to wreck the drone. And again, I gotta watch that tree there because this thing does not turn on a spot, does not turn on a dime. There's my LVCs. Whoop, bag it up. And we're gonna go ahead and sit it down. LVCs, we probably would have got another minute to 2 minutes. Let's set it down nice and easy. Hold down, motors will shut down. And let's see what type of flight time we got. Got almost probably close to a 7-minute flight time. I don't think I jabber-jawed too much. So we'll probably see maybe like an 8 to 9 minute flight time if you're going to push those LVCs. And again, I don't know how well those are there. You should be able to see them really lit now. Guys, I'm J Drone. If you haven't subscribed, smash the subscribe button. Questions, comments, concerns down below. Definitely get at me.